And come back to our channel. So today we will learn how to collect HTTP metrics for a Java app using OpenTelemetry and Prometheus. So monitoring HTTP metrics is necessary for understanding the performance of your application and troubleshooting the issues. So collecting the HTTP metrics will let you gain the insights into the application's traffic, request processing items, and the error rates. So we will set up a Java application today to emit these HTTP metrics using OpenTelemetry and export them to Prometheus. So first, let's see the prerequisites. You should have an AWS account with Ubuntu 24.04 EC2 instance up and running. Then you should have OpenJDK, Maven, Docker, and Prometheus installed in your system. So let's move on with the practical. Our first step is set up Ubuntu EC2 instance. So first, let's update the package list using sudo apt update command. Now, after updating the package list, let's install the default JDK for Java. Java is also installed in our system. You can verify it by checking its version. So let's run the Java version command. So as you can see, our Java is also installed successfully. Now next, let's install Maven. Also verify it, check the Maven version. So our Maven is also installed successfully. Now next, let's install Docker. After installing the Docker, let's start the Docker and then enable it. For that, command is sudo systemctl start Docker. After starting it, enable it. Now after our Docker is set up, let's install the Prometheus. So we will pull the Prometheus Docker image. Our Prometheus image is also pulled. Our next step is create the Maven roll dice application to collect HTTP metrics. So first we will run this command. to create a new Maven project. Sorry, so let's copy and paste it. This command will create a project with role dice. So as you can see, our build is success. So let's navigate to the project directory. We have created our project directory with the name role dice. So now we are inside the directory. Now next, we will edit the form.xml file. So first, let's open the form.xml file. Then we will modify it. So I'll just erase and replace the content with the mine. So let's just copy, paste it inside. Here you can see it has the model version, which is 4.0.0, which identifies the project group, then artifact ID, which is hello world, packaging, which is jar. This indicates the output format of the build, the version 1.0, snapshot. This indicates the project version, and snapshot means it's work in progress. Then we have parent configuration here. This uses the Spring Boot starter parent here, as you can see. Then we are writing some dependencies here, like JUnit. Here, the first one. This is for a test. Uh, this is a testing framework for unit testing. Then we are using some Spring Boot's dependencies. We have Spring Boot Web and Spring Boot Starter test for building and testing purpose. Then there's some OpenTelemetry dependencies like OpenTelemetry API and SDK to send metrics, for tracing and exporting telemetry data, and the OpenTelemetry exporter Prometheus. This is for sending the metrics to Prometheus, and OpenTelemetry exporter logging to send the logs telemetry data for debugging. Then there's also Prometheus client dependencies here. The simple client is the base library for Prometheus and metrics collection. Simple client HTTP server. This is to expose the metrics over HTTP. Simple client hotspot. This is to collect the JVM metrics like memory. Then we are using nano HTTPD. This is a lightweight web server library, and SL4J. This is a logging package used for consistent logging. Then we have build configuration. We are written here a plugin, which is Spring Boot Maven plugin. So let's save the file. Now our next step is add the OpenTelemetry instrumentation for the to the Java application. So first, let's navigate back to the root directory. Let's navigate to the directory where the application file is located, which is src main java com example. So let's copy this command, paste it. Now let's open the application file, which is maven.java. Use text editor. This is our app.java. So let's copy the code and paste it here. We are importing some libraries for HTTP server, Prometheus metrics, like counter, histogram, collector registry, and we are also importing libraries for exporting metrics in Prometheus format. Then we have written here the metrics definition, like request counter, which will tracks the total number of HTTP requests, and label include the method, endpoint, and status, and also request latency, which will measures the duration of request in seconds. Then we are having the constructor app. This starts an HTTP server on port 8080 and prints the server's URL HTTP localhost 8080 to the console. Then we are writing our main method. This enables the default GPM collection using default exports and initializes the HTTP server by creating the instance app right here. Then we are having the HTTP request handling. In this section, first we will retrieve the request details. Here URL is path of the request. Then method is HTTP method, for example like get post. Then we will measure the latency. We will record the start time. Then root handling. Here row dice simulates the dice row and returns the result. Then our next endpoint is matrix. which exposes the Prometheus matrix in the required format, which is in text format, and order endpoints will respond with endpoint not found 404 not found. For an unexpected errors, it will respond with internal server error. Then we have written the matrix recording section here. This records the total request using the request counter with labels, and measures and observe the request latency in seconds with request latency. So let's save this file. Now our next step is configure Prometheus for Java application. So here let's navigate back to the root directory using this command. After this, let's create a Prometheus configuration file using nano prometheus.yaml command. Now our prometheus.yaml file is created. Let's add this content into it. Sorry. Now here, make sure to replace the EC2 instance IP with your instance public IP address. So I will just copy it and paste it in our configuration file. Then save the file. Next, let's build and run the application. So for that, we will use the main clean install command to build our application. You can see our build is success. Now next, let's run the application using Maven Spring Boot run command. As you can see, our server is also running. Now let's try to access it from our web browser. So let's copy our public IP address again. Type http colon slash then paste your public IP address colon 888. First we will use the role dice input. This will trigger the roll dice method. It will give us output between 1 to 6. So here you can see we got output dice roll 2. Now next we will try to get the matrix. So open another tab. Colon slash paste your public IP address. Here you can see your HTTP matrix. If you scroll down, here you can see the HTTP request duration seconds. Here you can see the HTTP request total, which is 1. And if I hit this endpoint range, let's refresh here also. So here you can see its value change from 1 to 2 since we have visited this page 2 times. So this we have also confirmed that Prometheus is correctly scraping the matrix. Now our next step is start the Prometheus. So let's first we will open a duplicate tab and then go to the root project directory. So let's open another tab. There it is. Now we are inside our root project directory. Next we will run the Prometheus container using Docker. So now Prometheus is also running. So let's verify it. Copy the public IP address and then visit http:// paste your public IP address in port 1990, which is default port for Prometheus. The Prometheus user interface. Now to check if it's correctly scraping matrix from our Java application, navigate to the status, then target help. So here you can see our role as job is marked here and it's in state up. This you can see our this is scraping matrix correctly. So today we have seen how to collect HTTP matrix for Java application using OpenTelemetry and Prometheus. This setup will ensure for better visibility into the application's performance, which helps you to quickly identify and address the issues. And by following this whole setup, you can successfully set up a Java application to expose HTTP matrix using OpenTelemetry collected then with Prometheus. And it also provides you valuable insights into your application's performance. And you can extend this foundation by adding tracing in it or integrating the visualization tools like Grafana. So that's all for today, guys. Thank you.